Hey, podcast fam. We just got done recording episode 131 with Pablo Casilimas, founder and CEO of Rootex, but also the president of OneSixOne Group and the man who brought us this incredible publication. Check this out, Innovate Gainesville. A man of many things. Right?
A lot of things. Too many things sometimes.
Dude, I mean, it's awesome, man. And you guys get notified when the episode drops Monday at 8 a.m. by texting WHOAGNV to 484848. If you do that, I will send you a little notification saying, hey, here's the episode. Go check it out. And of course, you can text me directly through that little link there, WHOAGNV to 484848, and I'll respond. People don't believe that I do that, but I do. And of course, be sure to support our incredible sponsors that make this show happen. Many thanks to Dan Drodos and the team at GNV Commercial Advisory Team of Colliers Gainesville. They have been such huge supporters of our show and can help you and your business with all your commercial real estate, purchasing and leasing needs. They're helping us right here. I got this little location right next to us, next to the scooter shop, 607 Northwest 13th Street. They're helping us get it leased. So I like to say this little extra piece because it like puts more pressure on them to get it leased.
Oh, yeah.
No, but seriously, guys, they are the greatest. Absolutely love them. So definitely support our sponsors. You can check them out at colliers.com/Gainesville. All right, Pablo. So
let's do it.
Got a great episode coming out on Monday. Now, this is our rapid fire session.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go quick.
There's a lot of pressure.
So much pressure. What was your worst job?
Worst job, restaurant?
What restaurant?
Pizza place.
Okay. What color is your toothbrush?
I have an electric toothbrush that's white. It's white.
How much time do you spend brushing?
Probably about a minute and a half, maybe.
Okay, I need you to go 2 minutes from now on.
All right, I'm going to try my best.
Yeah, it's
Dentist, Austin.
What's your favorite summer activity, man?
I like being out on water. So like kayaking, sailing, anything out in the water, going to the beach, stuff like that.
What's like not water related? Like, what's your favorite hobby?
Favorite hobby? I mean, I just love meeting people. I love getting to know especially like new founders, entrepreneurs.
Okay.
I love that. Working out. So like I do powerlifting. So squatting, deadlifting, bench pressing. I would say those things primarily. Oh, dancing salsa. But since COVID hit, can't do that.
Yeah. Not much of that going on right now.
Yeah.
How many books have you read so far this year?
Oh, definitely not a lot. I have listened to a lot of audiobooks, and I cannot tell you the number. I have no idea. It could be 10. It could be 20.
Like, what was like the best one?
The best one that I've heard this year, I don't know.
There's not one that stood out of all those books you listened to or read?
I don't know. Maybe the lack of sleep is catching up to me. I'll have to get back to you on that one.
Okay. What's your least favorite beverage?
My least favorite beverage, I don't drink any soda anymore, like Coca-Cola or anything like that. So I can say that.
What's your favorite?
Favorite? Oh, I like coconut water a lot.
Coconut water, okay.
Yeah.
What was the last film you watched?
Oh, so this is interesting if I can take a little bit longer on this one. I had this Steve Jobs poster on my wall. And right before the pandemic hit, my girlfriend had moved into my condo, and she's been like dying for me to rip that off the wall ever since she moved in. And I told her absolutely not. There's no way that's happening. I said the only way it's gonna happen, because she usually likes to watch movies and just falls asleep like 5 minutes in. That's like how she watches movies. I'm the opposite. If I want to watch a movie, I plan it out. I want to watch the whole thing. She plays movies while she's cooking, and I'm like, this is a really good movie. You're like spoiling it. I actually want to watch the whole thing one day. And so I told her the only way I'll take it down is if you sit down and watch the full Steve Jobs movie with me without falling asleep. And so we just saw that last week. She took off the poster from the wall.
Was she able to do it, or did she fall asleep?
She fell asleep at one point, but I kept waking her up, and she had to watch the whole thing.
That's awesome. What is your best childhood memory?
Best childhood memory? I would say just as a kid, we used to go to Orlando every year. Like that was our annual vacation. And we would just stay like at a like rental property and then go to like the parks, go to Disney World, Universal, stuff like that. I would say just going out there with all my family and like, you know, being a kid, so just like running around, playing and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's always the best, man. What makes you angry?
What makes me angry? What makes me angry is when somebody tells me they're going to do something and doesn't follow through on it. Also, when somebody like moves something of mine. So like, I used to be very organized, and then I just have been too busy the past probably 2 years or maybe a year and a half, and I am like a mess. But it's like, it's chaos, but it's chaos that I understand. Like I know where everything is. And so like if you move anything, or if you take anything and put it somewhere, then that stresses me out a lot, because then when I'm looking for it, I'm like, I have no idea where to look. So yeah.
I love these questions.
And then having the, when the floor is wet, I hate like if I step on, cause I usually walk around like in socks or like barefoot in the house.
Oh,
and, like,
that's
I
annoying.
hate stepping on when there's water on the floor or something.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Or it's even worse, like, so I have kids, and then there'll be like, they'll spill something, and it'll be sticky.
Oh,
and then
that's even
like,
worse.
You put like your sock
even
right into
worse.
it, and it like sticks to it.
Yeah.
James, you know what I'm talking about. James has kids. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, that's the worst. What chore do you hate doing?
Chore do I hate doing? I mean, I hate cooking. I hate.
Does your girlfriend?
I
Like to
don't
cook?
mind cleaning.
Does your girlfriend like to cook?
She does.
Okay.
Yeah. What else do I hate doing? I don't mind cleaning, to be honest, but I just things that take up a lot of my time, pretty much. Any chores that take a lot of time.
Do you have any time-saving hacks? Like, is there anything that you do that just like helps streamline?
So ever since the pandemic hit, I used to be so nitpicky about folding my clothes in a particular way, and I would fold them all, put them away nicely. Ever since the pandemic hit, I was like, I'm not folding clothes until the pandemic is done, because I don't have to have any face-to-face meetings. I don't care if my shirt looks wrinkly on Zoom. You can't notice that. So I stopped folding clothes. I guess sometimes my girlfriend...
Shove them in the drawer.
My girlfriend folds it for me because she doesn't like me shoving it in the drawer. But yeah, I would just shove it in the drawer. Or leave it on the bed. Like, because I have, we'll leave it in my office. I have one room as an office, so I just leave it on the bed in there.
Just let it pile up, and then you can kind of like sort
Just
through
grab
it.
something.
Yeah.
What else?
Pandemic life, man. Pandemic life.
Yeah. I don't buy shoes that have laces, because I never have to tie my laces. Except running shoes. You don't really have a choice. You have to have laces. What else?
Those are great time-saving hacks, man.
Yeah.
Just live a messy life, never tie your shoes.
This is not a particularly healthy one. I put off cooking a lot. I just don't cook, and then I end up either fasting or eating whatever I can. I ended up buying some like meal replacement shakes over the past month, because I was just basically starving myself too much. I was having like one meal a day because I didn't have time to eat or cook or even to go order food or buy food. So I just started getting all these meal replacement shakes and granola bars, and as healthy as they can get is what I get, and making smoothies as well and stuff. So,
All right. Last question. You ready?
okay, let's do it.
Probably asked you this before when you were at the OneSixOne group. I don't
Probably.
know. But if our podcast could connect you with one person, who would it be?
Dead or alive, or
I mean,
alive?
it'll be easier if they're alive, but like,
Okay. All right.
my inspiration behind asking this question is that I actually hope that one day, like by putting it out there into the universe, like it might actually happen.
Yeah.
Or somebody will hear this and actually help make the connection.
The one person is Paul Graham.
Okay.
Have you heard of? You know who that is?
I don't think I know who that
Okay.
is.
So Paul Graham was a internet company founder. I think his company was called Via Web, Viacom. I think Via Web. I forget. But anyways, he, after starting his startup, it sold for like 50 million or something like that. Then he went off and started Y Combinator.
Okay.
Which is,
I know Y Combinator.
Yeah, which is known as like the world's most successful accelerator. Has had companies go through it, such as Airbnb, Coinbase, I believe Pinterest, Twitch. So a lot of unicorns have gone through the program. And we're talking about in the early days when the Airbnb founders had a binder full of maxed out credit cards because they couldn't pay the rent. So they help startup founders before these people who are like now like super famous and successful and rich.
Yeah.
Before they were anybody, when they were broke and couldn't afford rent.
What do you think it was about them that allowed them to like identify these people, or like actually say, I'm gonna take this, Airbnb who's maxed out credit cards and everything, like, and invest in them, or like help them put them through this program?
So here's actually what's interesting. The Airbnb guys, they weren't going to accept them into the program because Paul Graham was like, this is a terrible idea. Nobody's actually going to stay in some stranger's house. Like what? And then as the Airbnb founders were leaving the interview, they were like, oh, wait, we have something for you. And they turned around. And this is like when the 2008 elections was happening. And they gave him this cereal box. I don't know if you know this story. But they had made, in order to pay the bills and pay off the credit cards and stuff, they basically made 2 cereal boxes. One was Captain McCain's, which was Captain Crunch, basically. And then Obama O's. And they sold these cereal boxes for like $40 a pop or something. And they sold a ton of them, made like $30,000 selling the cereal boxes.
Yeah.
And they gave one to Paul Graham, and he was like, I think they have a terrible idea, but they were able to sell like 30 grand worth of cereal boxes. They're smart.
To keep it alive.
And they ended up accepting.
Because they did that to keep Airbnb alive.
Yeah, and so this is what I've watched every little bit of content that there is available on YouTube of Paul Graham and of Y Combinator as well. I've watched a lot of it. And here's the key is they're not investing in ideas, because if it were for the idea, they would have never. Actually, when they accepted them, Paul Graham spent the first week trying to convince them to change their idea and do something else. So that's the key is we don't, for OneSixOne Group.
And, identifying the people.
Yeah, identifying the people. Like you really invest in people.
I met Joe Gebbia once.
You did?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How?
I have my picture with him. So Joe was one of the co-founders of Airbnb. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty cool. He was a nice guy. It was Nashville? I don't know. It was at some conference. I just met him. He's a super nice guy. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. I'll have to go back and find that picture. It's a cool picture. Mike and I actually both of us had our picture with him.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, that's what happens here. We do a little side hustle. It's supposed to be rapid fire, and then I dive deeper. And it always happens that way, but it's always so interesting. So Pablo, great to have you, man. I'm excited for the episode to release Monday. You guys check it out. Monday at 8 a.m. Again, text WHOAGNV to 484848, and I will let you know when it's ready. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you later.